What up, y'all? It's your guy Dawson from D&D-TV. Thank you for rating, commenting, and subscribing. Everybody who's donated, those of you all who will, you know I appreciate it. All that information is in the description box below. Make sure you go to my other YouTube channel, Dawson Speaks, subscribe over there, and hit the little bell next to the subscribe button so you get notifications when I drop a new video. Now let's get into this topic. All right, y'all, thank you for clicking on the video. Hope everybody is doing well. Now, this story is coming out of Miami Gardens with this Miami Gardens pastor, Pastor Eric Redden. But before I get into this, let me give a shout out to everybody in Miami Gardens, Carroll City, West Park, Opelika, Brownsville, Liberty City, Overtown, Downtown, Miami Beach, North Miami Beach, South Beach, Little Havana, Coconut Grove, Coral Gables, South Miami Heights, Pinecrest, Kendall, Richmond Heights, Palmetto Bay, Cutler Bay, Perrine, Goulds, Naranja, Florida City, and Homestead. And everybody in the Florida Keys as well. Everybody in South Florida. Love you all. Now let me get into this story. You know South Florida, we keep y'all entertained. Florida, period. We keep you entertained. Look here. A Miami Gardens pastor who filed a $50 million lawsuit against WPLG-TV in 2017, claiming that stories broadcast about him ruined his reputation, has filed an appeal and lost. Now, two courts have said that the reporting was accurate. WPLG-TV Local 10 News said that they have been trying to talk with Pastor Eric Redden about his business practices since early 2017, but he refused to talk. Pastor Eric Redden's case against the news station was dismissed with prejudice. In the legal world, that means dismissed permanently. Now I'm going to let you all watch this video, and I'll be back with the rest of my commentary. And you all know me, I'm Dawson, and I won't hold back.
Developments in a $50 million lawsuit filed against WPLG.
An appeals court has now rendered an opinion siding with the station. And Local 10 News investigator Jeff Weinsteer has more on the suit and the decision.
Talk to us, Pastor.
He's got no comment. He's not talking about anything.
We have been trying to talk to Pastor Eric Redden about his business practices since early 2017. He's right. But Pastor Redden refused to talk. Instead, after several stories ran, in 2017, he first filed a $12 million lawsuit against WPLG and then amended it, suing us for $50 million for defamation, claiming our investigative reports ruined his reputation. For 4 years, Local 10 has been in and out of court. Last year, Redden's case against us was dismissed with prejudice. In the legal world, that means dismissed permanently. Former Miami-Dade Circuit Judge Alex Bocor said statements Redden complains about are, quote, true. By his own admission, the judge found no actual malice, saying we reported, quote, true facts. But Pastor Redden appealed to the 3rd District, and they have now rendered their opinion.
The appellate court agreed with us that what we had reported about Mr. Redden was true.
As we reported, Redden was ordered to pay Lorenzo Johnson $9,000 plus interest after Redden allegedly stole a check out of Johnson's daycare office, forged it, and deposited it. Johnson did get repaid. Are you telling me that Pastor Eric Redden, who preaches to the Lord every Sunday, stole this check from you and forged it?
Yes, I'm saying that.
Then there was 70-year-old Edward Fuller, who claimed Pastor Redden, through his nonprofit organization, made himself a contractor on a house Fuller was building. Were you more trusting of him because he was a pastor?
Most definitely, yes.
Fuller claims Redden persuaded him to sign over the deed to the house temporarily so they could get loans. Instead, Fuller claims Redden sold the house for $380,000 without telling Fuller or even giving him a dime. Fuller later dropped a lawsuit. Others told us they gave Redden cash deposits to rent homes, buy cars. They loaned him cash for church events, and when things fell through, they demanded refunds. But Redden would call up and say,
you think you can come after me? You don't know who you're dealing with. He's going to come after me and my job.
He say he can't be touched.
Redden's attorney, Andrew Cassier, argued to the court that any business Redden was involved in, he wasn't doing in his capacity as a pastor.
What they do for a living is part of what we're reporting about. If you're talking about a famous athlete involved in some sexual misconduct, you're going to report that he or she is a famous athlete. We do have a mechanism to try to recover the cost of defending these kinds of lawsuits. And we're pursuing that option.
And the pastor has 15 days to ask the appeals court to reconsider. And through his attorney, he said, quote, "This isn't over." And it's not, because we are going after Redden and his lawyers for our attorney's fees. We're live in Pembroke Park. Jeff Weinsteer, Local 10 News.
One more chapter to the legal odyssey. Thanks a lot there, Jeff.
All right, y'all, let's go in. Now, first of all, I got to give a big shout out to WPLG-TV, Local 10 News, for holding it down, and especially to Jeff Weinsteer. I mean, great work you have done on this case since 2017, but other news stations have reported on Pastor Eric Redden besides Local 10 News. And what I need for you all to do, if you don't believe me, Google this stuff. I always tell you, never take anyone's word on social media. Go and Google it for yourself. As a matter of fact, I will leave the article to this particular report in the description box below. And in that article, you will see the court documents and you can read them for yourself. Now, you all heard in the news report, one of the staff at WPLG said that if they were reporting on an athlete who had, extramarital affair or something like that, they would report on that story, but they'd also mention that that person was an athlete. The same if it was something with a teacher or a politician, and in this case with a preacher, a pastor. You would definitely mention what their profession is, and there are some things that you would think that certain people who have certain professions they should not be involved in, and this is one. Pastor Eric Redden, throughout the years down here in South Florida, has been in the news over and over again. Please Google this stuff. You'll see I'm not lying. Many hardworking Miami citizens went to the news station and said that we need help. I gave this particular pastor money because he said he had a house that was available. I gave him thousands of dollars. When I went to go move in that house, someone else was there and they told me they didn't know anything about them moving out of the house. There were people who gave him money for cars and they did not receive the cars. So they went to the local news station and they said, "Can you help bring light to this situation? Because from what I'm seeing on social media, I'm not the only victim." That's why Local 10 News got involved with this case. It wasn't an attack on Pastor Redden. It was because the American citizens, those who live in Miami, Florida, said enough is enough. They work hard for their money and they don't want to be taken advantage of by men and women of the cloth, by anyone. That's why they went to the local news station. No one was after you, Pastor Redden. Now, I'm going to get off of this, but let me say this to Pastor Eric Redden, and I say this with respect, I say this with love and everything, because you wrote me in 2017, Pastor, and you said this to me, and I'm paraphrasing. Well, I'm not going to paraphrase. I'm going to read verbatim in this section what you said to me. You said, "Sir, you are a black man like me, and that's the problem. We're always trying to hurt the other." And what I say to you, sir, respectfully, as a black man who not only helps black people as a social worker, but help white people, Asian people, Hispanic people as well. That's my job down here in South Florida as a social worker. I want to say this to you, sir. In the words of Zora Neale Hurston, all of my skin folks are not my kin folks. And you can't talk to me about helping black men until you look face to face with this black man, Edward Fuller, and explain to him how he lost his dream home, that he was going to leave his daughters, he was going to leave them that property. And you came to him and scammed him out of that money and told him everything would be all right. You'd find contractors and all he had to do was sign the information over. He trusted you, not only because you were a pastor, because he thought as a black man, we brothers, that you would have his back. Am I my brother's keeper? In that instant, sir, you did not help your brother. And now this man, Edward Fuller, who's in his 70s, who was going to leave that house for his daughters, he worked years, retired from the post office. He dropped the lawsuit. He's in his 70s. He ain't got time to fight with you. So don't talk to me about being black and what black people need to do. Don't you tell me about that. Until next time, y'all take care of yourself and each other. I can say more, but I don't want to. We got to do right by people. And we have to be fair in your business. You got to be fair, sir. It doesn't matter what color they are. They came to you because they thought that you could help them. You have to be fair. Do you believe what you preach? You can't just go around hurting people and taking advantage of people. Y'all practice what you preach. Until next time, it's your guy Dawson. Take care of yourself and each other. Remember, my show is for everyone. Anyone can watch this show. I don't care who and what you are. I'm not here to judge you. We're here to learn and grow together. And grow, we must. Peace.